Welcome back, you guys. So I found a taco that can get you hired by Drake. The only problem is I don't know if he still eats like this, and I'm gonna try to create a taco that could get me hired today. Yeah, let's get into it. I.e. just Googling it on YouTube, what Drake's favorite food was, and I came across this video, Chef K, his former chef, making some of his favorite shrimp tacos. So I want to recreate those and see what the hype is, and if I can recreate a jacked up version of them. So we're going to be starting off with the shrimp. Make sure they're deveined, cleaned, and I'm going to be cutting those in half. Into a bowl, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil and the seasonings that she used: garlic powder, onion powder, salt, paprika, and cumin. Toss, and then we're going to set that to the side. In Chef K's version, she does green cabbage. She slices it thin, but not too thin, so that the cabbage holds up its shape, which I think is a really good idea. She also does a small diced red onion, also some sliced green onion. She didn't mention any measurements in the video, so I'm just using my cooking intuition and winging it. She also had some cilantro in there, so I'm just gonna be balling that up, chopping about a few tablespoons. In the video, she said that Drake does not like cilantro and he thinks it tastes like soap, which I think is really interesting. So basically everything that we just cut up, I'm going to be adding that all to the bowl. And then her little secret weapon is pickled jalapenos, which I think is genius. So I'm going to add pickled jalapenos with a little of the pickling juice. And I'm going to do a half of a lemon and a half of a lime. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of salt, mix that up with a clean hand, of course. I also forgot to add the cilantro, so throw the cilantro in there. Then I'm going to mix it up. And while I'm mixing it up, I'm also going to be breaking it down just a little bit so that the cabbage is more malleable. The sauce that she had on her taco was a mixture of green salsa and sour cream. So I'm just going to make a quick salsa verde, 3 tomatillos, 3 jalapenos, a quarter of an onion, and a couple of garlic cloves. I'm gonna bring those to a boil, and when they turn about this color, sort of opaque dark green, I'm gonna pull those out. All right, let's pour in salsa. That's gonna be spicy. So I'm gonna dump that out and mix in some crema because I didn't have sour cream. Sour cream, crema, it all works the same. And then she added a little chipotle seasoning, which I actually thought made it come together. It was like a smoky, salsa, creamy sauce. So I really liked that. Okay, so now we're going to be putting the shrimp all together. And in her recipe, she does a mixture of sliced tomatoes, sliced bell peppers, and sliced red onions. It's definitely giving fajita vibes. From the video, the slices seem to be about a quarter of an inch thick, so I try to make sure that all of the slices were cut the same size. And then she adds a little bit of olive oil, throws that all together, sautés that for several minutes, and then I sautéed mine until it got a little bit of color, and then I threw the shrimp in there, let that cook for a couple of minutes, and then to deglaze, she uses beer. Now, I didn't really have to deglaze because I was using a non-stick pan, but I still added beer anyways. I actually thought that this was a really nice touch. I really like the beer in it. You can taste it. It just, the flavors really all came together. And then once that is all cooked up, she adds spinach, which I thought was kind of interesting. I didn't know how that was going to turn out, but she adds spinach in it. And then I give that a toss. The spinach only takes about a minute to cook through. And then as for the shell, she said and don't make fun of my shell, okay? I couldn't find white shells in my fridge. I managed to find like a couple of little broken white shells in there, and I really wanted to make sure that I stayed true to her recipe. She said she fried them a little bit on both sides and folded it into a taco and fried it until it was crispy. Then I put it all together. I added a little bit too much of the vegetables, so I took some out and put a little bit more shrimp in it. Then I add the slaw and that creamy, yummy sauce. And then she tops it with a little cotija cheese, and that is the taco. She said that this taco holds a lot of memory for her and that her and Drake really bonded over. So I'm gonna be trying it after I make mine, so stay tuned to see what I think about it. Let's jump into my taco. We're gonna be starting off with the seasoning that is gonna be used in every part of this recipe. I did a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of chipotle seasoning, and a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of this chili verde seasoning I have. I'm gonna give that a good mix, set that to the side. So for my shrimp, I have about a cup cut in half like I did in the beginning. And to that, I'm gonna add 1 egg yolk and season it pretty heavily with the seasonings and mix that up really well and set that to the side. It's time to make the secret creamy drizzle. This is gonna be our secret sauce to really add punch It's a remoulade, which is popular in Cajun and Creole dishes. I'm just putting a little Mexican spin on it. So to a bowl, I'm gonna add a half a cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, 2 tablespoons of the chopped cilantro, a tablespoon of the garlic, a healthy amount of our master seasoning, the juice of 1 lemon. And to put a little spin on her recipe, I'm gonna add dried green bell pepper and red bell pepper, and the moisture in the sauce is gonna soften it up and it just becomes vibrant, and it was super good. And then keeping on brand, I'm gonna add the pickled jalapeno with some of the juice. And this sauce was just beautiful. Even if you weren't making this sauce for tacos, you should make it for any type of fried fish. I swear you would love it. I ended up going in with a little bit of tomato, about a tablespoon and a half, because it needed that sweetness and needed that little tomatoiness to it. And it just pulled it all together. And then I ended up adding like about a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Just really pull it all together. And you want to let this marinate, you guys. You guys really want to let it come together. So at least 30 minutes at the least, but I let mine go overnight and everything just kind of bloomed beautifully. So to top all of this off, we are also going to be doing a slaw. I don't think I've ever had a shrimp taco without a slaw, or any fish taco without a slaw for that matter. I think it really just pulls together with the freshness and the citrus. To the bowl, I'm going to add 2 cups of our diced cabbage, 3 tablespoons of cilantro, 1/4 cup small diced red onion, 1 small diced serrano, half a cup of tomato. I'm gonna keep on brand with the pickled jalapenos because, like she mentioned, pickled jalapenos is really underrated, and I actually agree. I'm also gonna be doing a splash of lemon juice and a splash of lime juice. And then I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of salt, mix that up really good, and then I'm gonna set that to the side. While that is marinating, we are gonna start on our corn tortillas, which were, personal opinion, everything was the star of the show, but this just pulled everything together because it was super fresh, and I love a good fresh corn tortilla. So to a bowl, we're going to be adding a 1.25 cups of masa, about a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of manteca, which is basically lard. And then I have a cup of warm water. I don't think I added this all. I just add it until it comes together and it's very malleable. But on this recipe, I did try to make it a little more wet to see if that would make a difference. And actually, I kind of liked it. So I'm going to keep making it a little bit more moist. Oh, there's my dogs in the background. So after I add my water and I get it to the consistency I want, which you want it to be malleable, but you don't want it to be overly sticky, sticking to your hands. You want it to be moist though. So then I'm going to take a Ziploc bag and I'm going to cut it on both sides. Yes, I am struggling because I have the dullest scissors, but I'm going to cut it on each side, and then I'm going to take a golf-size ball of our masa, round it out as much as possible, place it between the Ziploc bags, and I'm going to find a pan of some sorts, anything that will make a flat surface. And then once I have flattened that out, I'm going to carefully peel it from the plastic and put it in the pan, which is about medium-high heat. I'm going to cook it on one side for about a minute or two. Then I'm going to flip it, cook that for a minute or two, and then I'm going to press it down, and then you're going to start to see it just bubble up perfectly, which is telling me that it is ready to be pulled off. I learned this method from another chef on YouTube. I am going to tag the video below, but he has changed my whole tortilla game, my whole corn tortilla game. Now all of my tortillas just come out perfect, and I really love his method. So we have finally made it to the shrimp stage, which is another one of my favorite stages because this shrimp was so good. So to a bag, I'm going to be adding a cup of flour, 1/4 cup of potato starch, salt, and a generous amount of the master seasoning that we made. And I'm just going to shake that up really well. So I'm going to add my shrimp that was marinating for probably about 30 minutes. And I'm going to shake that up pretty well. And then I'm going to dump it into my strainer to get rid of all of that excess flour. I really love doing any kind of fried anything in a bag because I just feel like it coats it so well. It always makes for the crispiest anything that I make. So I love doing it in a bag, kind of like a shake and bake vibe. And then I have oil heated up to about 350. I'm just gonna dump in my shrimp, and then I'm gonna cook it until it's nice and golden brown. Although you guys can't tell because my lights are so bright, but it comes out super crispy and brown. As soon as I get them onto a sheet tray, I sprinkle them with salt just to add a little bit more flavor. And then I'm gonna build my taco. Unfortunately, I lost all my footage of building this taco, but I basically did the corn tortilla, and then I put my shrimp down, I put my slaw and the sauce. If you guys are still here, leave me some taco emojis in the comments below. This is the taco. The best I ever had taco from Chef K. Like, get into it, guys. get into it. I'm really excited to try this. Moment of truth. That is really good. I'm not gonna lie, she did her thing with this one. It's kind of weird because I was thinking spinach, bell pepper. I'm like, I don't know where this is going. But that's really good. That is really good. All right, let's get into mine. Look at my cute little taco. That's cute. All right. I really like mine, y'all. I really like it. I think it's really good. I think they're both really good. Let me try this one again. Hold on. Like, I like this one, but I'm not sure about the bell peppers and kind of like the role they play, but it's really good like that. And then you get that added like bonus of vegetable. Like, I don't know. That's a really good one. If I had to serve one today, it would be mine, of course. There's just so much flavor going on. You've got the crispy shrimp, and then you got the freshness from the corn tortillas. And I love fresh corn tortillas. And then to balance it, you have the fried shrimp with the seasoning. And you have this, it's like the remoulade. It's like a Mexican Cajun inspired remoulade. And then you got the slaw. So 100% hands down, I would serve mine. And I think I did a really good job on that one. I'd give this a 9.5 out of 10. And mine is 0.5 because it's cold, because I was setting up. But this one is also really good. I like everything about it. I like the slaw. I like the pickled onions in it. This was just kind of a cool way of incorporating that. I really love pickled jalapenos. The spinach, I can't really taste spinach. I like spinach. I could see where some people would be like, I don't know about the spinach. These are really good though. It's got like, it's so fresh. They're both so fresh. Then you have the added spinach, bell peppers. You got those vegetables, super good. The beer in it, I should have put beer in the shrimp batter. Like, I think that would have sent it over the edge. And then you've got the crispy taco. So everything in it, it just kind of comes together. It's really good. My honest opinion on this taco, I think I love the seasonings of it, but I would give it about like an 8, 7.5, 8. Just the bell peppers and the spinach are like a miss for me. I could see that being used in like a, I don't know, like a burrito bowl, like fajitas. Is kind of giving fajita. She said that this taco is really special to her. So shout out to her. I really do like it. It's really good. But if I had to serve one up, y'all, it's the remoulade. I think that pulls it all together. This one is just really good though. Like, I'll probably be eating this for dinner today. So, shout out to Chef K. That's an amazing recipe. I'm gonna link the video in the description. I hope you guys try both of them. And if you try them both, tell me what you think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys are still here, leave me some shrimp emojis down in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next video.